So this lesson is about the use of garlic, and garlic is one of our favorite natural remedies. Something that's very easy. Most people have it at home, and we've used it for a lot of things, right? Mm-hmm. So I will tell you, we're using it for healing the leaky gut, and we use it on a daily basis when we are getting into crisis, right?
Yes.
So a lot of the guests that Mercy helps who have leaky gut, they actually will be eating garlic at least twice a day for their meals, correct?
Yes.
And so the way that they do it for that is that we have 2 cloves of garlic that we're going to be putting into this cup, and with some lemon, correct?
Just squeeze it and you can. And the lemon is because we want, you don't want to smell garlic. Mm-hmm. And it just makes it.
So does that really help to get rid of the garlic breath and that kind of thing?
Not 100%, but it will help a lot.
Okay, and so when you are...
I think it's good, vitamin C and other mineral vitamins. So it's a good source of
That is true. That's true. So when you're doing this, are you just basically drinking this down, chewing this down?
Yeah. So what we usually tell them is, in the middle of a meal, like half of your breakfast or lunch, just get the smallest amount of liquid, the better, because you don't want to dilute your enzymes. So I just have them drink it. Some people cannot tolerate it, right? So what would they do?
Okay, so what I actually do, because I actually haven't been drinking it this way, because I actually like garlic. I've gotten kind of accustomed to raw garlic. And what I'll do is I will mash it like this, but I will then put it in some avocado maybe and eat it on some toast, or over whatever I'm eating, like maybe a sweet potato or that type of thing. And I have fed that to people who are sick, who are visiting me, and they do fine with it. And you still get your garlic. It may not take care of the garlic breath. My poor coworkers, but when you're not feeling good, you have to do what you have to do, right?
To do this.
Okay, let's see.
So I usually put less liquid because I do it at once and that's it. But I'm just gonna try it.
Okay.
So you have to go like this because I don't want to chew it. I don't want the smell. When you chew it, then it's gonna smell. So just go like this and go. Done. That's how we tell them to do, and so you won't smell it. You're not chewing it, and some people cannot tolerate it. So my husband, we had to put it in capsules.
Okay, and swallow it that way.
He just can do it, but most of people can do this, and I don't like it in my food because it's so strong. But some people love it. So
I love it.
Very great.
Right.
If you love it, that'd be the best way. So
other people may not love it, but around me, but yeah. So this is a real great thing. It helps with even the microbiome, right? Because this is why we're doing this, to change the what the microbiome consists of, right? We want to make it a healthier ecosystem down there.
You've been studying a lot about the microbiome and because we have this bad bacteria, right? So that's why we do it. So to control the bad bacteria and help even as a prebiotic to raise the good bacteria.
So garlic has antibiotic properties, antiviral properties. It will boost the immune system. What I do is when I get sick, I definitely do reach for raw garlic, and it is powerful. It can really stop it in its tracks if you catch it early enough.
Absolutely. And also, when I'm not having enough energy, it's because perhaps my microbiome is unbalanced, so I just grab garlic and keep taking, and then I bounce back. So
right.
It really
helps. It's a real fast pick-me-up. And so I really do try to get garlic every single day, at least once a day. This is the other thing that I think garlic is great for. Now, I like to make poultices, and garlic is something that you can't really make a poultice from that easily, just because it'll burn you if you have it on too long. But it is good for things like even ear infections and sinus congestion and that kind of thing. Have you ever used it for that?
Yes, but how do you use it for the
The
ear
ear?
infection? Yeah.
Well, this is something that, so when you cut this, you want to make sure that the wrap is still all around it, because if it comes in contact with your skin, it will burn you. So I have this paper tape that you can buy at the grocery store, and I just wrap it around this just to make sure that it's going to not burn my skin. Right? There's no part that's in contact with my skin, and so you just have a small piece that is going to fit into your ear, and I will actually just stick it in there. And those fumes, like those
Like
sulfur
oil.
fumes, it'll actually reach in, and a lot of, my mother, she was telling me, Joyce, I have an ear infection, and I had her do this. It was either this or onion, and she was like, I cannot believe how much better I feel. And it was so quickly too, And so things like this are real simple things for sinus problems. Now this is the part that's a little, I don't know if I want to do this on camera, but you can actually, put this in one of your nostrils or two, and this is really powerful.
Yes.
Not something that you want to do maybe, when people are around, but when you're desperate, this can be very powerful.
I haven't tried that, but it sounds very good, very effective.
Yeah, for
I like
breathing
I like the
things,
ear
because
and the nostril.
you're actually
Yeah.
breathing it and it's getting into your system. Like if you have pneumonia or bronchitis or that kind of thing, like what better way than to breathe it in? Because you've talked about breathing in like oregano oil and that for respiratory issues. I think that this is so easy to do. And how do you use it?
I usually, lately, what I do, I make a tea lately of garlic. So I grab a couple of garlics, I peel it and just mash it to activate the ingredients.
Because you want to, the longer that it's exposed to air, so you want to mash it and then let it be exposed to air for about 10 minutes, and it gets more activated and more powerful.
So we make a tea out of it, and there's a super great cleanser.
Okay, so how do you make that
even
tea?
eye infections. So it's about 3 cloves with 1 cup of water.
So 3 cloves, that would be one of these. Some people are confused as to what a clove of garlic is. So this is a clove, this is a bulb, a garlic bulb, right? And so you want to take 3 of these cloves and you would peel them and you mash it.
Just mash it to activate
to
it.
activate it, and then you boil it.
Boil it with 1 cup of water.
Boil
and
it-
they're incredible good for
So once you boil it, then how long do you simmer it?
about 20 minutes to 30 minutes.
So you simmer it, or do you just let it boil?
I
and
boil high and then simmer.
simmer for 20 minutes, and then that tea is what you use to.
Eye infections, and I put it myself in my eye to see it doesn't burn. It doesn't burn at all. So I put it in
Okay.
my eyes just to test, and then also, so not just for that, for wounds, cleanser, excellent. I use it. Well, I make an oil, press it with a little cloth, and put drops.
Right,
mix it
right.
up. You have to
Yeah.
kind of use some oil, right?
So if you look online, there are a lot of different resources that will talk about how to make oil from garlic, and so using garlic, putting it in the oil, and then shaking it every day, right? You can then hang on to that oil for a bit. You can drop it in your ear when you have ear infections. So there are a lot of different preparations that you can use for garlic. Anything else that you've found?
Lately, also, we've been doing something that's working super great. Is because we do this onion broth that you're gonna explain later. We been adding garlic to it.
Okay.
And
okay.
So for people that don't tolerate the garlic raw, they can do tea. So at least
A garlic tea
help
with-
the microbiome, improve the microbiome.
Okay, so it's good to take internally in the form of a broth as well.
Yes.
So as you can see, garlic is a powerful natural remedy. It's something that everybody has available, super cheap, and yet I think it's going to be one of your best friends when you're trying to heal from leaky gut. It's going to be one of your best friends if you're trying to avoid being put on other medications when you get sick, because that's another thing. It's not just the leaky gut. It's just, people get sick while they're trying to heal. They might be put on antibiotics and all these other things, and so this is a great thing to help you while you're on that course to get better, to heal the leaky gut, as well as to fight infections.
Mm-hmm.